Welcome, science enthusiasts, to the inaugural episode of our brand new series, Particle Physics 101. What is an elementary particle? Over this series, we will peel back the layers of reality to discover the fundamental building blocks of existence. Today, we must start at the very beginning by answering a deceptively simple question. What is everything around us actually made of? Look around you right now. The air you are breathing, the screen you are watching, the chair you are sitting in, and even the distant, glowing stars in the night sky are all composed of one universal entity. We call this entity matter. Scientifically, matter is defined as absolutely everything that can be touched, either practically in our daily lives or theoretically using our most advanced scientific instruments. To truly master physics, we must first learn to distinguish between the two dominant components of our universe, matter and energy. While they are deeply interconnected through Einstein's famous equations, they display completely different properties in our physical reality. Matter is the tangible stuff of the universe. It is bound by two strict, non-negotiable cosmic rules. It must possess mass, meaning it resists acceleration, and it must occupy physical volume, meaning it takes up three-dimensional space. Energy, on the other hand, is the ability to do work or cause change. Light, heat, and gravity are pure energy. They do not have mass, and they do not occupy physical space. You can fill a room with an infinite amount of light, and it will never get heavier or run out of physical room. Now that we can identify matter, let us explore the diverse forms it takes, which we scientifically classify as the states of matter. The state of any object depends entirely on how much energy its internal particles possess and how they interact with each other. We begin with the most rigid state, solids. Think of everyday examples like a block of ice, a steel wrench, or a diamond ring. If we zoom into the microscopic realm of a solid, we observe that the atoms or molecules are packed tightly together in a highly organized, fixed structure. Because they have very little thermal energy, these particles cannot move freely. They can only vibrate gently in their fixed positions. This structural rigidity is precisely why solids possess a definitive, stable shape and volume. But what happens when we introduce thermal energy to a solid? We trigger a physical transformation into our second state, liquids. Think of flowing rivers, morning coffee, or regular liquid water. On the molecular level, adding heat energy causes the tightly bound particles of the solid to vibrate more and more violently until they finally break free from their rigid, geometric cages. In a liquid state, the molecules still remain very close to one another due to attractive forces, but they now possess enough energy to slide, roll, and flow past each other dynamically. Consequently, liquids do not have a fixed shape. They fluidly adapt to the exact geometry of whatever container you pour them into, while still maintaining a constant, measurable volume. If we continue to pump even more thermal energy into our liquid, we force it to undergo another dramatic phase transition into a gas. Everyday examples include the invisible air surrounding us, helium inside a birthday balloon, or the steam rising above a boiling pot. When matter enters the gaseous state, its molecules have acquired so much kinetic energy that they completely overcome all the attractive forces holding them together. They break entirely free and fly wildly through space at incredible speeds, constantly colliding with one another. Because the particles are separated by vast amounts of empty space, gases have neither a fixed shape nor a fixed volume. They will rapidly expand or compress to completely fill any container they are placed inside. While most school textbooks stop at gases, the universe actually contains a spectacular fourth state of matter that is incredibly common across the cosmos, plasma. While rare in its natural state on Earth, you experience plasma whenever you look at a jagged bolt of lightning, a glowing neon storefront sign, or our magnificent sun. Plasma is created when a gas is subjected to extremely high temperatures or powerful electrical currents. The energy becomes so intensely overwhelming that atoms are violently stripped of their electrons. This creates a highly energized, swirling soup of free-floating negative electrons and positive ions. Because it is filled with charged particles, plasma conducts electricity and reacts powerfully to magnetic fields, making it fundamentally different from a standard gas. To tie all these fascinating concepts together, let's perform a classic, elegant physics demonstration right here on the lab workbench. Look closely at this simple ice cube. As we turn on our hot plate and introduce heat, the solid ice melts into fluid liquid water. As the temperature continues to rise to the boiling point, that very same liquid transforms into billowing clouds of vaporous steam. This simple visual brings us to the profound, big reveal of today's lesson. Different states of matter are not different substances at all. The ice, the liquid water, and the steam are chemically identical water molecules. They are the exact same substance, simply behaving differently because the varying levels of thermal energy change how their particles dance together. Understanding matter and its various states is the crucial first step on our journey into the heart of physics. We have learned that everything around us is a shape-shifting masterpiece, changing its form based entirely on the energetic dance of its internal particles. But what happens if we look even deeper? What are those water molecules themselves made of? What resides inside the atom? In our next episode, we will smash through these boundaries to explore subatomic particles, discovering the quarks and electrons that craft our reality. Thank you for attending today's video. Make sure to hit that subscribe button, leave your physics questions in the comment section below, and I will see you all in the next video as we continue exploring the universe.